What causes you to change perception? What causes one to change perception?
What causes you to change your perception is a change in perspective. Or your experience that the reality that you are living is not one that you choose. I want you to understand that the reality that you are living is the one that you are choosing. This is so important. And that if you are not enjoying the reality you're living, I'm sorry that that's what's so, but it does not work, and I can't let you live your life thinking that, well, I'm not enjoying the reality that I'm living. However, I, A, have no choice, or B, I can't do anything about it, or C, it's not my fault, or D, I didn't choose this, I've just made my bed and I have to lie in it. None of those things are true. And one of the most important things that I could share with you in this setting is to let you know that the reality that you are living is the reality that you are choosing. Excuse me for being brutal about this, but I mean that you are choosing it right here and now. I'm not even talking about the reality you're living is the reality you chose 3 years ago, or 6 months ago, or 10 years ago, or when you were 17. I mean, the reality you're living is the reality you're choosing right now, lest you think that the reality you're living now is the result of a choice you made when you were 17. Because some people go there, they go, well, okay, I get it. I made the choice. I created my own, circumstance when I was 19 or 20 or 25. I got it. But here I am now, and, what can I do about that? So I like to let people know very clearly that the reality they're living now is the reality you're choosing this morning, this afternoon, and in this moment. It's very important to understand that so that you feel totally and utterly and completely empowered to shift your reality in this moment, right here, right now. That it is not a case if you made your bed, now you have to lie in it, but in fact, you can shift and change your reality about anything. Not just about your exterior circumstance, but about how you are, how it is with you, your reality about what makes you happy, what makes you unhappy, your reality about what makes you angry, what makes you joyful. Your reality around anything can change. And what would cause it to change? A simple noticement that you are not happy with your present reality, and a simple decision to change it. But most people do not change their reality, even when they're unhappy, or if they do, it can take them years to do so, years of suffering in a place of unhappiness before they get the courage, the strength, or experience a sufficient degree of fed-upness to just finally change it. And that's okay too. That's okay too. There's nothing wrong, he said in quotes, with that process. You will change it when you will. I'm only here to help you to understand, not that you did something wrong by taking years to change it, but that you didn't have to if you didn't want to, and you don't have to in the future if you don't want to. That's all I'm trying to get across. You can change your presently experienced reality in a moment's notice. I think I said something earlier this week about my son has a bumper sticker on his car that says, your life can change with the speed of your thought. Life changes at the speed of thought. So what can cause your perception to change? A change in your perception. I beg your pardon, a change in your perspective. That is how you look at a thing. That's both positive and negative. So if you're experiencing something you do not wish to experience, or experiencing a particular condition or circumstance in a way that does not bring you joy, simply change the look angle, change what they call the look angle. When I was in Africa working for the National Aeronautics and Space Administration on a contract, I was the producer of an in-country demonstration of American space age technologies in developing nations around the world. And what I had to do was go into these countries and set up the entire demonstration of our ATS-6 satellite. And in order to set up that demonstration, we had to set up a huge dish antenna, easily as big as this floor space here, easily as big as this, maybe a half again as big as this. Huge dish antenna, many feet across, and the technicians would set it all up, come in and fly it in on a great big Flying Tiger airplane. And then they had to find what we called the look angle, which was the azimuth, that is the number of degrees from the horizon up. It's called the azimuth. They had to find that, and then the left to right, and the up and down. And that was called the look angle. And there's only, and by the way, when you're trying to pick a satellite out of the sky, you know how big the satellite is? No bigger than that chair. Satellite is very small. The communication satellite is perhaps a bit bigger than that chair, but not a lot, in the whole sky. And it's moving 24,500 miles up. And you got to find it and track it and stay with it. Now you can imagine that when the look angle of the satellite is going up, 1/110th of a degree up or down, and you've missed the satellite. It's like trying to pick off it's not easy to do. So they raise the satellite dish, the receiver dish, 1/100th of a degree at a time. It's like a guy with a safe, trying to find the combination. It's like that. It's very delicate work. And I learned a lot about look angles when I was producing those events in Africa. So we change our perception when we change our perspective. That is, we change our look angle. We look at it from a different angle and see it in a different way. And it's amazing, by the way, that you can see things in a different way if you look at them from a different place. Which is, incidentally, the work of Byron Katie. That what Byron Katie is inviting us to do by asking her 4 questions is look at it a new way. She's inviting you to look at it a new way and to notice how the mind works as it plays its effect on the situation at hand. The questions that she asks are, whenever anyone comes up with a story around something, do you know that to be true? Do you know that absolutely to be true? How does it feel when you hold on to that thought? What would happen if you let go of that thought? Now turn it around. Turn the thought around. Powerful work. So all that is required for you to change your life is to change your mind. In fact, someone wrote a book called Change Your Mind, Change Your Life. Very powerful book. But what I want to conclude with on that topic is it's very important for you to tell everyone that you teach this material to that they have the power to do that. That you can change your life literally overnight, or over the course of the next 5 minutes by changing your mind about something.